All right, today's video, again, talking about the voice in our head, those aliens. One of the upper echelon of aliens is the bull. And that's not often referenced. I've never heard it referenced as an alien race. You hear about the four common ones. But they're known as cow words because they're talking about making change, bringing the humans into the table, and allowing us to have some understanding. I only speak for myself, but they're called cow words, but they're predicted to step up and shine so bright that they glow, and it's why we call this planet Glow Bull. To buy what the bull has to offer, they taught us, we're young. They taught us about God through the Bible. They separated religions. They gave us religion. Any organized religion is alien gifted. God is not a religion. God is love. Created himself from nothing. There's no other godlike thing than everything else has lineage. God created himself from nothing or has always existed. Look at that video. Always, we understand forever, it just continues. Always, when did that start? It never started because it always. Now get your eyeballs going like this. God is real. God is love. Religion is alien gifted to us to teach us about being loving beings. The meaning of life is very simple. I can give it to you in 7 simple words. It is a school learning to love. We're going through multiple existences. It's not one and done. And they teach us this through the afterlife. You've heard of that phrase before. It's not that we're going through multiple physical existences. Okay, it's not just one and done, heaven or hell. Hell is a Santa's naughty list for adults. Before we had a just, next word, us. It's just us. Before we had a just us system, they used hell as a Santa's naughty list to keep you good. God is real. The devil is the level above and how we treat the ones beneath us. Fur is a denotation of grade level. It's a lower level. When we're done being low and petty to each other, where the fur ends, then we can be fur ends. Don't let your fur eye out on fur eye day. Not a coincidence. As we evolve, we lose fur. It's where the word Lucifer comes from. The level above and how it treats the one beneath. I'm not talking Satan or Satanist or, oh my God, he's a Luciferian. What I'm saying is, I chose God way above anything. I never submitted. But when you truly understand what the devil is, it's the level above. The voice in your head asks you to do dark things. Some people give themselves to that. I don't. Never have. I chose God. Not a Luciferian, not a Satanist, not any of that. I consider myself a student of love. God's honest truth. I choose God. I choose love. But when you start to understand, the Illuminati and these Luciferians and Satanists or whatever, they're doing something very similar to the majority of the planet. They're doing what the voice in their head is telling them to. They might be willing to do more weird stuff, but there's a reason why there are 2 known as the morning star in the Bible. That's to teach us Christ was real, but happened to be alien enhanced. Now, this is Reformation things. These are Martin Luther, right? It was considered blasphemous or heresy to communicate different than what the church teaches us. I'm not against churches, I'm not against religions, but they are all tied together and alien gifted. When you become a part of the nation of Islam, another alien race known as the lamb, the goat, the ram, the sheep. Isn't there anyway, to focus, the Lamb of God. When you join that, your arm is an extension of you. It's your limb. It's a part of you. You're known as a limb of the moo or a moo's limb. A baby cow is known as a calf lick. The Torah, Taurus, the bull, the 4 faces of Ram Ma, but also the holy cow. There's a reason why Moses taught us, look, don't worship the golden calf, the glow bull, when they come out. They can do miraculous things. But when you hear about Satanists or Luciferians or things like that, they got a voice in their head too. It's a different experiment that they're going through. And there are two known as the morning star in the Bible for a reason, and that's to teach us that they separated religion. Oh, did you hear how I sighed right there? What a mess. Oh, you mean they told the humans that God's love is conditional and it's dependent upon them believing in one thing? What a mess. And Asaya. Mess. Saya. The word teaches us. I'm not against Christ. I still cross myself today and ask the question, what would Christ do? You're asking what's the loving thing to do. It's how they taught us about God. I will pray in anybody's name that I choose to who holds a love to my heart. I'm not concerned about what anybody thinks if I pray in Christ's name. I'm not concerned what anybody thinks if I look to Allah. I'm not concerned what anybody thinks if Jehovah is who I pray to. God. Everybody knows they're praying to God, no matter what name you attach to any part of a connection to God. Never give up your beautiful, loving text that help you nurture a relationship with God. Okay. I wanted to touch on the Dumbledore because I don't want parents to think, oh, I'm just dumb because I'm not talking to my kids. I'm not saying that parents are dumb for not talking to their children, but it is a Dumbledore when we don't teach our kids not to do for the voices to get what they want. That's a huge thing that everybody is doing on the majority of people. I chose not to submit. Anyway, I go through my torture, but I don't do a damn thing they ask. Excuse my language. You could start with one no a day. Remember, soul loot. Don't loot your soul when they ask you to break the golden rule. And you practice. You start with, it's like exercise. You start with one no a day, one no a week, one no a month, wherever you're at. Touch that toe in the water. Pink. I'm going to try to get back to what I was talking about. Oh, I apologize. But let's see here. The Dumbledore. Sometimes the aliens help. They're the angel and the devil on the shoulder. Dumbledore is not, it's when we don't teach our children to do for the voices to get what we want. And when we don't talk about the truth that the voice in our head is real, the bull, one of the aliens, I could rattle off 50 different alien races. The bull is one of them, and we call this planet global. I wish they would stop just talking about it. Cal Words, he said that. Well, I love all, even them. They're angel and the devil on the shoulder, but they're predicted to step up and shine so bright that we call this planet global. So the Dumbledore is not talking to our kids about it, and they're going to end up doing what they're asked to get what they want, right? You do for us, we'll do for you, is what they told me. I said no. It's the basic simple of that. So it's a Dumbledore not to talk to the kids about it, but what do we know to talk to the kids about is the point I'm trying to make. How do we get past not knowing? We start having a collection. The plain and simple is to create some form of a center, a spot where we can start, you can start leaving, the voices, sometimes they puppet your thoughts, desires, impulses, and cravings, but you can give stories to help on what you've been through. You can stay anonymous. You can help teach what you know. You may have learned 1 + 1 = 2 about how to deal with the voices. These poor kids are having to reinvent the wheel in math on how to deal with the voices. We have to create a curriculum for them so that they can learn these little things that we've learned collectively. You may have learned something different than Johnny down the street, Oscar, Muhammad, all of us learning different things about the voice in our head, how they can affect us, and little things you did, and always know they're obligated to you, and they're meaning that they're just like child protection services. You can't take advantage of them. But when you view something, you're serving They're obligated. There are laws that surround them like a gate, child protection services. It might be that you get your $7 a day for your burrito as you're living in the box, or the cardboard box by the side of the freeway. They're going to help you. Don't take advantage. Love is the answer, not taking, they're obligated. Well, yeah, we're going to make sure you get your burrito and a new tarp for the box this month. So don't take advantage. What I will say is it's a Dumbledore when we don't talk about it, but we're not talking about it because we haven't organized our understandings. That's what I mean when I'm talking about a center where we can bring together the collective information of what we've learned. I know for a fact they can puppet your emotions, your thoughts, your desires. Not all thought is our own. They can twitch my eye. They can make this ear wiggle. They can do weird things to the physical body. I'm just touching on just one little fingernail sliver of understandings. But that's what we have to do is organize this. I was gifted with a lot of understandings. I'm no better, no worse than anyone else. But I am known as king. I was willing to die rather than to submit. I shot myself in the head rather than to submit to this dark side voice that was taking me over. They can't take you over. They're not, the piano in the room, they can, true eye light zone teaches, lights up the eye behind your eye and the eye, their eye too. It teaches us that they can puppet us at times, right? Penny for your thoughts. That's how valuable it is to spy through the spy door on what somebody is thinking. Watch that true eye light zone. Don't get all your information. You're being a jury from within. You're getting an injury towards the truth. Penny for your thoughts. That's how valuable spying on somebody without being able to ask and answer questions. So it's a Dumbledore if we do not talk to the kids, but how do we know how to talk to the kids until we get this center together and organize? I'm going to pass on as much information as I can through these videos. So share, save, get it into the algorithm, right? Like it, share it, save it, for the pure reason of getting it into the algorithm and somebody likes it, somebody else might like it, that kind of thing. So, but truly, I hope you see the value in getting it out there to the community of Earth. Everybody has the voice in their head. You have your awakening by the time you're 30. Love is the answer. I'm going to leave it right there. Find good, loving people in your life. The two eye light zone, so important that they made two identical two eye light zones. Mr. Beavis and Carol Burnett and Mr. Beavis. Cavender is coming. The aliens helped. That's inside telling the gent intelligent. I like to remember, which is Ray member, but that's a whole other thing. My mind, I got so much stuff in there that I want to get out. So it's about putting this center together in these videos. So please help get this out. But it wasn't about the money. It was about having good people in your life, loving people. It's so important a message. They made two identical twilight zones. It wasn't the angel shoulder coming down, and which the voice in your head can be the angel and the devil on the shoulder, and fixing your world with money. It's not about money. Love those two identical two eye light zones. The message was so important. They made two of them. Find beautiful, loving people in your life. Love each other. Thank you.